traveler. Thank you for being here. Tonight is a full moon, and as usual, we will do a rune and tarot reading. Of course, as you know, we are only a few days away from a new calendar year, according to our Gregorian calendar that we use. And I don't know about you, but I am feeling a lot of fresh new energy coming in. And so I'd like to do a couple of things a little bit different for this reading. First of all, we're going to start with this herbal spray. It's a spray that is blended to assist with manifestation. So I'll invite you to take a couple deep breaths and ground yourself and think about something that you would like to see appear in the physical for you. It smells beautiful. It has a rosemary element to it, some lavender. Overall, it's a very calming scent. Next, what I'd like to try is using a pendulum to pick piles. So I'd like to ask you to use your intuition and choose a number 1 or 2. And once you have that in your mind, we'll let the pendulum tell us which pile is 1 and which pile is 2. So I'll give you a moment to think or feel which pile you are going to be connected to by thinking of the numbers. And we'll ask the pendulum. Now my pendulum is programmed to swing clockwise for yes and counterclockwise for no. So we'll go ahead and ask it is this deck pile 1? No. Is this deck pile 1? Yes. Okay. So we have pile 1 and pile 2. I'll see you at your pile. Hello, Pile 1. This is the Herb Crafter's Tarot. But I will move it off to the side because, as usual, we'll begin by pulling some runes. Just to focus in on the energy for this reading. Okay, Pile 1, I'm getting a very specific message. Yeah. So, this pile concerns a female figure or woman in your life, or a female, a divine feminine energy in your life that you are apart from right now. This could be a family member, a friend, a daughter, a loved one, a partner, romantic partner, business partner, someone that you have a connection to and you feel strong emotions for, but you are not able to be near this person physically. Or perhaps it could be an emotional distance as well, like something has come between you, but you are feeling really constrained and really frustrated with some aspect of this relationship. It could be, like I said, a logistical aspect, such as being physically apart, not being able to be in the same city or the same country or the same town or the same house, for whatever reason that might be. Or it could certainly be an emotional distance. And I feel a little bit of a sense that you're confused about why it's happening, or that it doesn't quite seem completely fair or completely right to you. It's like an external force got involved and is keeping you apart. Or, that external force could just simply be that you don't live in the same place for work reasons or financial reasons. But there's a reason why you're feeling like you need to reconnect with this person and reclaim some of that closeness, whether it's physical or emotional. So if this resonates for you in any way, then I'll pull some cards. Another message is coming to me right now, which is that it could also be an emotional distance from your own feminine energy. So some of you, it might not be as literal as another person. It could be feeling disconnected from your own femininity, and that's regardless of your gender. Any gender, all genders have feminine elements in them, and we all need the balance of all energies. So it's possible that that's what this is referring to as well. So let's pull some cards. Yeah, not surprised to see that one. Not surprised to see that one either. Okay. start out, we have the Adelita of Air, which in this deck is the Knight of Swords. So that is a very masculine energy. It's very much an action-based energy, which is the masculine side. It's the doing, it's the going, it's the fast, decisive, swift action. It can be a little bit cold sometimes, a little bit harsh, a little bit, logical, not as emotionally connected, which is what we would consider the masculine side. And that's why, we all need the balance. We need both sides to feel at peace, because too much of that energy, it's like a little bit spicy, there's a little bit of an edge to it, hence the swords. And beside that, we have the hanged one, the hanged man, and that indicates a feeling of being stuck or needing to pause and reevaluate your perspective. And not, it's not a forward movement energy. So beside the Knight of Swords, which is an extremely fast-moving, extremely forward-moving energy, I could see how there would be some conflict being created internally here. And the Four of Fire, or the Four of Wands here, came out beside them. And that indicates to me that this is probably either a romantic relationship or a relationship that you're very passionate about, that's creative. It could be a business partner or a coworker, someone that you create with. And certainly that includes yourself. So it kind of narrows it down a little bit as far as the energy. And it's a confirmation and a little bit of a clarification about what we saw in the runes. Okay. So this could be someone that you have a family with, or it could be a family relationship, like someone you're married to. You might, like I said, have children with them. And please get some more information for pile 1 that they need to know about this situation. Thank you. The Awakening card in this deck, it's called Awakening, and it's the Judgment card. So it seems there may be a karmic element to this situation. This could be a situation where you are in a separation from this person for a reason, that you both have a transformation that you're working on, and it's necessary for you to challenge each other to achieve that. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. You're really struggling with this feeling of loss right now. It feels like a loss, but the Hanged Man lets us know that our perspective is under our control. And so the way that this is being viewed is like, it's unfair. It's in the way of what I want. This isn't comfortable. You know what I always say, you don't grow when you're comfortable. So whatever this separation is, or this distance is, it's attempting to teach you something. It's attempting to tell you something. There's a message that you need to go forward with. The separation itself is not the main point of this. The separation is a vehicle for you to receive the information that you need to go forward and achieve everything that you want to manifest. So the universe is coming together to help you reach that goal, and it doesn't feel like it. It feels like something is stopping you, or something's in the way, or it's a roadblock, but it isn't. It's part of the journey. So it doesn't mean you need to like it. It doesn't mean you need to be happy about it. But if possible, try to keep your eyes open and look for a takeaway that feels productive to you, feels helpful to you. Is there anything about this separation or about being apart from this person that is positive? Is there any element to it? Now, that doesn't mean that you want to be in separation, but what are the things that the separation allows you to have or do that not being in separation maybe doesn't. Those are the things that you're meant to turn towards and focus on at this time. We have Curandera, Earth, which is the King of Pentacles in this deck. So there's definitely something to do with your prosperity tied up in this. Strength card comes out as well. This message is urging you to stay steadfast, to... got cards flying out. We have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, there's something really important brewing here. And the Eight of Cups. Yeah, don't be afraid of change. Don't resist the natural flow of things. It's happening for your own good. And I know that's like one of the most annoying things to be told, that something that you don't like is for your own good. But think back. I mean, how often is that true? You know, we say things like that to children all the time. And we know, because we have a more zoomed out perspective, that, you know, they just don't have all the information. They don't fully understand the goal. And our attitude is like, oh, come on, just do it. This is going to be better in the end. You're going to be happy. Trust me. You know, and the universe is kind of taking that tone with you. So yeah, try to focus on the flow if you can. There's something very lucrative and very fulfilling creatively that's in the works. You might not even fully have a grasp of what that is yet. You might not know what I'm talking about yet, or you might. You might have a very specific goal that you've been working on, and this might sound like that. And this is a confirmation that it is in the works. The components are coming together, and all you need to do is stay strong, stay the course, and continue going with the flow. Be as flexible as you can, be as soft as you can, and try to have a pleasant curiosity about what's happening in your life. Try to be excited. Well, excited is almost too strong of a word because there's a lot of tension in it. Try to be curious about what's coming next. Know that what you want is coming, and simply be pleasantly curious about how it's going to come. And don't be afraid when things feel like they're slipping away from you. Don't try to grasp them or pull them back in. Let things flow. You know, the universe knows what you ultimately want, and how you get there isn't very important, other than that it can bring you a lot of unexpected delight and joy that you weren't even planning on. So allow the universe to do that for you. Don't live in this feeling of loss. This is all part of the plan. That's the message that I'm getting. I know that I realize how very annoying that is to hear. Trust me. But, you know, all I can say is keep an eye on it. Try to relax a little bit and come back and tell me when you have it. I would love to hear how it's going, and yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments where you're at in this process, because I can see the whole story here, but I'm not sure exactly where you are. If you're at the beginning, if you're in the middle, or if you're sort of towards this acceptance part where you kind of understand what is in motion, but you're just impatient. You're annoyed that it doesn't feel good yet, or you can't fully touch it yet, but it's coming. I'm going to pull an oracle card as well for a parting message. Okay, paradox. Yeah, so obviously I immediately think of the paradox of having to sit through discomfort to get what you want. You know, that sometimes it feels like we're moving away from what we asked for, but it's actually taking us the smoothest path, the best path, whatever is for our highest and greatest good. So the paradox of, not trying to force yourself to like something you don't like, but to accept that we don't know everything. We don't always have the perspective of the whole picture. Sometimes it takes time for us to look back and see that. And how often are you, thinking, oh, well, good thing this didn't pan out the way I wanted, because then I wouldn't have had this other thing. And, there are some situations that aren't like that. There is real loss in life. There's real grief. And I'm not here to tell you that you deserve that or that's supposed to happen. But that's yet another paradox of being alive, is there's, a wide range of experiences, and they all have value, but sometimes it's hard to see that value beyond just, okay, well, now I know how that feels. I was talking to a friend recently who's going through a major loss, and she was saying that someone she was speaking to was talking about the range of emotions. Like when you experience loss on that scale, you've collected all the emotions that you can have in life. You felt the deepest despair, and you felt the highest joy, because that's where despair comes from, is from having experienced love or joy. And, in the moment, we're not always sure it's worth it, the experience, but someday, this physical life of ours will be over, and we will have only that expansion that we achieved in this life to go forward with to the next. And there's pain in expansion. So, pile 1, I wish you contentment and patience, my least favorite word. But I hope that, that you're able to shift your perspective, and that the weight isn't as painful, and that you're somehow able to get something meaningful out of this experience while it's happening as well. And I wish you a productive full moon. It's a really good time to check in with, with your perspective, really, like how things are going with whatever you're in the middle of. It's a very high energetic time, so it's a really good time to kind of just kick things into gear and go for it. If there's something that you have been waiting to not begin, but a step along the way. Beginnings are best suited to new moons, and kind of play-by-plays and checking in on plans, progress report, being really honest with yourself about what you need to do going forward to achieve your goal is perfect for full moons. So, manifestation and attraction rituals and journaling, looking forward to what you're building. Yeah, thank you for joining me, Pile 1. And I'm very excited to see, how all of this pans out for you. I can see it's going to be really amazing. And I'll be cheering you on as always. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose this deck, then this is your reading. I'll move this off to the side because, as usual, we will begin by pulling some runes. We'll get a little bit of an overview. And connect with the energy for this pile. Oh, wow. don't think I've ever had this happen before. Every single rune fell face down. So it'll be very interesting to see what they are. Okay. So the one rune that can't fall face down, this is the blank rune. Not every reader uses it. I find it helpful because it's a very specific energy. It's called Weird, which is spelled W-Y-R-D. And it represents the void of the unknown, fate, the realm of the gods, things that we don't get to know as human beings living a physical life on Earth. So that one is never face down, and you do have it. Okay. So the energy of this reading is just uncertainty, maybe some depression, definitely a feeling of directionlessness or not knowing where to turn. I think that there's, I guess the way that I could sum up this energy is to say identity crisis or midlife crisis, or just being at a crossroads and really not knowing which way to go. And, you know, everything feels risky, everything feels like betraying yourself, but you're also kind of wondering who you actually are and, you know, which direction you should go. Maybe you're debating where to spend your energy. Maybe you're looking for a massive change in your life, you know, a career change or a relationship ending or beginning or a move. There's definitely, it's almost being on a precipice of making a huge decision, but not having any direction or confidence about which direction is the right way to go. And you might even be waiting for a sign or asking for a sign to let you know what to do next, but you know that a change is coming. So if this sounds like you, I'll pull some cards. And you know, the Weird rune is there to, one, remind you that you can't know for sure anything, and we have to be comfortable with that. We have to get, or maybe not comfortable, but we have to get to a place of acceptance about the unknown, because that's what fuels our growth and expansion. You know, you can't have all the information up front, or there's no learning involved. And learning is just another way of expanding. And many people believe that that's why we're here. So there's definitely something about your situation right now that feels hidden, almost in maybe a supernatural way. It feels like you are really trying to connect with either your guides or with spirit or with your ancestors or with God or with your higher self to get some guidance. Yep. Two of Swords. Looking for guidance on making a decision. And we have the Page of Cups, which, coming out with that, tells me that you're being maybe a little too serious. Yeah, we've got a couple pages here. We've got the Page of Pentacles as well. And we have the Six of Cups. Yeah, so there's a lot of youthful, childlike energy here. The advice is to relax a little. You're taking everything too seriously, and it's bringing your energy down, and what you need is playfulness. You need some lightheartedness. You need to remember the kind of simple joys. Yeah, Magician in reverse flew out. You're not feeling autonomy or like you have control right now at all. And, you know, control's an illusion anyway. pages are very fun energy, lighthearted, not serious. The inner child. There's also the Six of Cups here, which is a nostalgia card, a childhood card. So you're very much being called to sort of try to figure out ways to return to that lighter energy, Empress. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. And the Eight of Cups. Okay. So you either have walked away or you're considering walking away from something that feels a little mundane. Maybe it's lost its charm. Maybe you have a job or a family or a home that feels like it's outstayed its welcome in your life, or you really need something newer or fresher. But, and you may be right. I'm not telling you what decision to make by any means, but the advice that I keep receiving over and over in this reading is to, the Empress of the Minor Arcana. The Empress came out once, and it came out again in its own way. So the message I'm getting is try to soften. Try to be a little bit softer if you can. Try to look at things with a little more love, a little, softness, gentleness, loving, nurturing energy. Maybe try to be around people who have that energy and see if, how that feels. You basically, you need to be comforted. You need soft, comfortable space and time to think things through from a perspective that is a little more connected to who you really are, connected to your heart. Yeah, you need downtime. You're definitely missing something here. Yeah, we have the Four of Cups and the Devil and the Hermit. So I think that you're possibly overthinking, and you feel like there's only one thing you can do to clear the slate, which is just to walk away, burn it to the ground, walk away, start over. But you're missing the point, because when you walk away from something, you are still with yourself. Like you are there wherever you go. So if you're not healing this, if you're not working on processing whatever it is that you are dealing with, you are going to carry that to the next situation, whether that's another job, another relationship, another city. Those external changes are not going to fix this anxiety that you're feeling, or this uncertainty, or this confusion that you're feeling. That needs to be internal work. Yeah, you need to do some shadow work. You need to, maybe therapy or journaling, or a combination of all of them. Talking to people that know who you are at your core, know your heart. People from your past, from your childhood, or people that you feel like you've known for many lifetimes. People that you have a deep connection with that don't judge you. Those are people you need to talk to and spend your time with. People who are gentle with you. People who are soft with you. And that will kind of help you build up a little bit of the strength and stamina that you need to do the shadow work you need to do, because shadow work is no joke. It's hard. It's really difficult and painful. And you don't need to do it alone. I think you've been avoiding it. I think you've been, holding back from working on some of those things because you don't feel supported, or you don't know what your safety net is for that process, because there is going to be, pain. There's going to be tears. That transformation is painful, like they all are. And unfortunately, or fortunately, that is the path to what you're looking for. It's not walking away and leaving everything behind and starting over without doing that healing. The healing is necessary. You can still, decide to walk away from things. It's okay. Whatever you decide is going to be okay. But you will repeat the toxic cycle, we have the Devil here, until you do that healing. So if you try to walk right into something else straight from here, then you will repeat the pattern. Yeah, I feel like deep down you already know that. But I'm just here to reinforce that and give you some additional, encouragement. Shadow work is never easy, but it is always worth it. Always. Yeah, I'm behind you, I'm supporting you, and yeah, I just really encourage you to think really deeply about who your real support system is and to lean on them at this time. Have those deep conversations, have those difficult conversations. Be super, super honest with yourself. I'm going to draw an oracle card for you as well, since I did for pile 1. I have any additional advice, please, for pile 2? Ask body. So you may have heard that, trauma, generational trauma or personal trauma, it's stored in your body. There's a great book that you may already be aware of called The Body Keeps the Score. And that is an intrinsic part of shadow work. So wherever you're feeling this depression, anxiety, panic, fight or flight in your body, it's contributing to this panicky feeling of being unsure what to do. You feel always on edge. You're struggling to relax. You're struggling to enjoy things. And that needs to be addressed. And running away or starting over without addressing that will just continue the pattern. So you need to heal. There's a time of healing that you need to engage in, and it's going to feel like a detour or like a delay. It's not. It's absolutely necessary. So please be gentle with yourself and prepare an environment for you to face some of these difficult things. You're not alone. You can do it. And you have certainly my support and my energy behind you, but I can see that you do have a tribe of really good people in your life. They just might not be the ones that you're giving some of your focus to now. You just need to reconnect with who those people are, and you'll know who they are. You've got the Magician in reverse, but that is not your natural state. That's a disempowered state, because you have trauma that is keeping you feeling less powerful or even powerless, which couldn't be further from the truth. You're a very wise person. You've been through a lot. You have a lot of experience. And you deserve this carefree feeling. You deserve the 10 of Pentacles. You deserve happiness. You deserve to feel content and abundant. Yeah. Well, best of luck, pile 2. Like I said, I'm rooting for you and always here to, send you energy. I hope you have a really productive full moon. It's a great time to take a look at things like this and make plans for starting a new routine or starting a process at the new moon in 2 weeks. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to checking in with you on my next reading. Take care.